Good morning, everybody. Today is Monday, April 27th, and I am here live from the middle school boys locker room office. This is Mr. Gilman's office. We have a couple of special announcements, and he's one of them today. So we figured we would do our morning show today from the office of Mr. Gilman, and it's really funny because Mrs. Evans is behind the camera as always. And I just want to take a minute to say she does an awesome job. She's here every day on time, and thank you so much, Mrs. Evans. You do a great job of getting this out. But it was embarrassing because walking in here, it absolutely does smell like a boys' locker room, and even though we haven't been here for a month, it still stinks. So anyways, I just want to talk a little bit about some announcements today. We only have a couple, but we'll try to get through them. The first thing is the fun activity choice of the week. We have a K-12 art show going on where you can contribute a picture of your art and it will be included. You can get information on the Staying Connected page. There's a video explanation there of what you need to do, and it will help you to be able to submit anything that you'd like for the art show. Senior signs. Still time to purchase your senior sign. All proceeds go to Livonia Kids and Programs. There's several other companies out there advertising selling of signs, and this is America, so you can absolutely make your choice as to what you want to do. But if you're interested in the ones that are Livonia ones, the senior signs are still available for purchase. If you need any information, you can email Mrs. D'Imperio, tedimperio@livoniacsd.org. Okay, Team of the Decade. That's why we're here in Mr. Gilman's office. It came to my attention over the weekend that the Livonia varsity baseball team has been selected by the Batavia Daily News and the Livingston County News as the baseball team of the decade. It was a pretty cool award. Mr. Gilman has led it, along with Mr. Green, has led their team to 173 wins and 46 losses over the 2010 to 2019 baseball seasons. That gave them 6 league titles, 4 sectional titles, 3 trips to the Final Four. They did win a state championship in 2017. While I was reading about this, I also noticed that we had 2 other teams in our school who were teams of the decade. One is the Lady Bulldogs. They were also given this selection in the top 5, and they won under the coaching of Mrs. Karen Schuster. They won a New York State Championship in 2016, which is again a heck of a feat. Additionally, our boys soccer team has also won the team of the decade, and they have been to so many state championships and have won so many sectional titles. It was pretty much unanimous decisions, and that's just. It's unbelievable that 3 teams from the same school were even mentioned there. So congratulations to all those teams. Please do me a favor. If you have a piece of really awesome information, I don't read every single thing every day. If you can email me, I will absolutely make sure that your team or your performance group or your academic group or whatever it is, we would certainly love to be able to recognize you. So if you would just email me, I'll make sure that you get on any of the future morning announcements. That's just really cool stuff. All the players, coaches, parents, and community involved with those programs should be very proud, and congratulations to all 3 teams. Okay, last thing of the day today. We need to talk about the coursework daily load. I continue to get emails, which is wonderful because this is how information pops up. Okay, this is totally a good thing, not a bad thing. I keep receiving emails on how many hours kids are working at home doing work. I'm balancing that with sadness, loneliness, boredom, etc. that COVID is bringing by keeping us cooped up. We've done our best over the past couple weeks to tell you to get out and to do some different things. Some of the communications, or actually all of the communications, I communicate with the staff to say, hey, this is a concern, and we want to try to make sure that every student is mentally and academically and physically healthy, like we talked about last Friday. There's a few things that I just want to go over on the kid side because I'm pushing back on the teacher side and they're listening. You got to understand this is everybody's first time through on doing online learning, and no one has ever been through a pandemic at this age. Okay, so we're all learning and we're modifying and adjusting, and we'll continue to do that. Okay, but I want to give you some numbers just to make sure you're understanding what's going on. If you take 6.5 credits, that would be 6 courses. And the half credit will most likely be physical education. You may also have an elective in there, etc. You're going to be looking at about 14 hours of work a week. It's 2 hours per subject per week. Okay? So 14 hours would be your basic schedule. If you're a senior and you have 5.5, then you'll probably be at 12. Okay? because 9 through 11 does 6.5 credits is a minimum, and seniors have 5.5. Okay. Now, if you have AP or if you're a college credit-bearing class, it might be a little bit more. So I've talked with the teachers, and when I talk to them, their number one response is, please have the student talk to me. So that's what I'm going to ask you to do. If you think you're getting too much work, no one's going to holler at you. No one's going to take it personally. No one's going to hold it against you. They just need to know, okay? Because at this point, as I said, we've never done this before. It's our first time through. And we're all trying to figure things out, then monitoring and adjusting to make sure we're doing the best that we can. With college and AP, as I mentioned, some of those requirements are not from Livonia, so we have to finish those off. AP, thankfully, will be finishing up pretty soon as far as the advanced placement test, 45-minute exam. It's done at the home. There's a lot of changes. But with all of the COVID that's going on and all of the changes, we're trying to take care of those three main pillars in your life: your academic, your mental health, and your physical health. And we are, every single time I get an email, trying to make a change and trying to get better. Okay, we do not have this perfect. There are burps and hiccups along with what we're doing. But my suggestion at this point is, if you have a concern in a class that you're in, let the teacher know. I'll give you an example. There was one department last week who told me, geez, you know what, we sent out an assignment for the entire 11th grade, and we realized afterwards it was a little too long. So they'll try to make it work. No one's angry. No one's frustrated with, oh my gosh, the kids. People are trying to help students learn, okay? So the best thing you can do is talk to your teachers and say, hey, listen, I'm a little bit overwhelmed here, okay? We are all learning. All right, a couple things, and then we're going to get out of here. Number 1, I love you. Number 2, I miss you terribly. Number 3, I'm praying for you all the time. And as always, God bless you and have a great day.